What's up, you guys? I need to film a reaction video to this insane and absurd interview with the clowns themselves. We are missing a few key members to this circus, but nonetheless, we're going to listen to the full bullshit. They're clearly going on a little press tour. If you are new here, you don't know who these people are. Maybe this is the first video you stumbled upon. I'm sure you probably will know who Karen Reed is. Well, these are the people who penned and helped frame Karen Reed. And there's just so much to it. I do have a few videos on my channel talking about the Karen Reed trial, the Karen Reed case, John O'Keefe, all of that, which I can link in the description box. But since the verdict came out last Wednesday, there has been a press tour going on for the Mcalberts. And also, Michael Proctor did an interview with 2020. And I have many thoughts about that as well, but I cannot find that full interview. Just snippets. So we are going to go ahead and react to this interview that the families at the center of the Karen Reed trial speak out for the first time. Let's get into it.
Criminal justice system has let us down at every turn. And yesterday was the final letdown.
Oh my God. What the fuck? What the fuck? I always say this on my channel. Always. It takes a certain piece of shit person to be able to blatantly lie to media, to like they had. I am sorry, but this man had something to do with the death of John O'Keefe. And the fact that it's a certain level of crazy. It's a certain level of fucking crazy. I'll never understand it.
And that's why we're here, because there's nobody left to...
That's why we're here. No, y'all are pissed because y'all wanted to frame Karen, and now she's exonerated. Eyes are back on y'all. Actually, they never left.
Stand up for us.
Think real long and hard before you're a witness in a case.
Think real long and hard before you're a witness in a case. John O'Keefe was found dead on that couple's lawn. D-E-A-D, dead.
Case because no one protects you. And it's very, very sad.
For the victims. They're the victims. Oh, look at him put his little hand. His little hand. Also, Chris Albert with the blue Vans, old school Vans at that, is, of course. Another thing is, blue is them representing John, and it's even crazier to represent the man that you played a role in his death. I'm not sure how it happened. I have my own theory. I think a lot of the freaking country does, world at this point.
The first time some of the...
And watch Jennifer McCabe's face. Her fucking face. Her eyes. Crazier than fucking hell. And this guy, he looks like he ate Chloe. If y'all wondering where Chloe is, I think Matt McCabe ate Chloe.
The key players in the Karen Reed trial sitting down for an exclusive interview. His friend, Jennifer...
Did not understand this fucking walking. Like, what are they talking about? What? Let's mute it. Hey, you gonna make me some Philly cheesesteaks for dinner? What was that?
Brian Albert and his wife Nicole, and his brother Chris Albert. All 5 of them.
Do you see the nostrils on that motherfucker? I'm inserting Smeagol. Are you kidding? Maybe Chloe's up in that nostril. Like, what? What the fuck?
Albert, all 5 of them pulled into the center of this high-profile case and now speaking out.
Never went into the house. He never went into the house. Y'all are all liars.
No. And I think the reason we all stayed quiet is because we were just witnesses. This is a thing that we had nothing to do with.
We did the civic duty, came and told the truth, and that's it.
Free Karen Read!
It's the case that has captivated the country and divided a town. Karen Read accused
She's
of
free,
killing
baby.
her Boston police officer boyfriend John O'Keefe, hitting him with her SUV and leaving him to die in a blizzard.
Not guilty. Not guilty.
Now, after a second trial, a jury acquitting her of the most serious charges, second-degree murder and manslaughter. And hundreds of supporters in pink,
Chills. Every time. Chills.
Karen Read's favorite color, cheering as the verdict came down yesterday.
I could not be standing here without these amazing supporters.
People turned this thing into a tailgate party, it looked like, some days. Board games, cornhole.
Well, come on and join in, Brian Albert. Cornhole. I think Turtle Boy cleared it up. There was no cornhole being played. We all just were there in support of an innocent woman being framed, because the reality is that could have been any one of us.
Cookouts. This is a guy that was murdered. And
And his body was found on your lawn, bro. Your lawn. But you were abruptly woken out of a cold sleep. What are you supposed to do? Get out of here, bro. Get out.
it's atrocious for that family.
While the prosecutors
Atrocious
blamed
of your
Reed
family.
for O'Keefe's death, the defense said this group of family members framed Reed to cover up what really happened that night. Ever since, their lives becoming open season for endless conspiracy theories.
What they've done is they've dehumanized us to the sense where we're not real people. We're almost like caricatures. We're a pawn.
You're clowns. You're clowns. Let's insert some circus music right now.
Have each of you been called murderers? Like actual murderers?
Oh, yeah, on a daily basis.
Anybody who's touched this case has been called.
Oh, God. Tubby McGee. Tubster. He fucking ate Chloe. I think that's what the fuck happened.
A murder at some point.
And anyone who's friends with us support cop killers. Yeah.
After 3+ years, the saga wrapped up
Jen!
yesterday. Reed captured celebrating at dinner with her father,
Hell
and
yeah.
today seen walking with her attorney, Alan Jackson.
I didn't even know I'd be here today, so I had no plans.
Meanwhile, O'Keefe's family and friends struggling with the verdict.
I'm just sad for John's family and what happened yesterday, and
No, here's the reality. They are fear-stricken because they know that now that Karen is exonerated, justice is gonna be had for John O'Keefe. Karen Read did not kill John O'Keefe. But I have an idea of a family who knows.
I feel like they didn't get justice for him. And
I don't know what it is with her. When you speak to somebody and you're on television, why are you not making eye contact? I'm not a body language expert, but hello?
our lives just changed forever.
Why speak out now after the verdict?
We took what we thought was the high road.
Right.
Let the court do its job.
After a night of hanging out at a local bar in a brutal 2022 blizzard, Brian and his wife Nicole hosted a late-night gathering at their home. An invitation had been extended to Reed and O'Keefe, but Brian Albert says neither of them ever entered his home that night. O'Keefe was found lying unconscious in the snow of Albert's front lawn. He was pronounced dead at the hospital hours later. The defense's theory? A violent altercation at the Alberts' home, possibly involving other members of law enforcement.
Did John ever come in the house?
Never. No.
Let's slow that down.
Never.
Did John?
Let's slow it down. Man, this reminds me of some good old days.
John ever come in the house?
Never.
Them jaws, look at her. Her eyes, this way, that way.
No.
The lie detector determines that was a lie.
You never saw John O'Keefe in the house, right?
Never.
Never.
What? Why is Jen looking over there?
You never saw John O'Keefe in the house, right?
Never.
Never.
Okay.
These are people in your own community who believe the conspiracy theories, who believe that there were other law enforcement officials and agents involved in this. Why is it people in your own community who believe these conspiracy theories?
Because
you
it's
do
true.
realize for this conspiracy to be true, it would take 30 to 50 people. You'd have to have multiple cops on 2 different police departments, multiple civilians,
And
the
there were-
medical examiner, firemen, EMTs, you name
Or one person who immediately jumps to be the narrator, and that is Jen McCabe.
it. That's how preposterous and silly this is. And great question. I don't understand how people bought this.
Here's another great question. Why did you destroy your phone? Why did Brian Higgins destroy his phone? Why wasn't your house ever searched? Why'd you sell your house for underpriced? Why'd you rehome Chloe? Why did you take all the freaking cement up in your fucking basement? Why didn't your neighbor's Ring camera footage that would have gotten your lawn perfectly just not be investigated? No clue.
Brian Albert says he and Nicole only found out about John's death when Jen McCabe, who is Nicole's sister, barged into their bedroom.
She was just
Upset.
Also, like, their door was just like unlocked.
And I immediately thought something had happened to one of her children or one of my children, because why else is she in my bedroom at 6:30 in the morning right now?
And what did she tell you?
She said, John's out front. I think John's dead out front. I said, what the are you talking about, Jen? And I'm like, I didn't know.
You still didn't piece it
I
together.
didn't understand what she was talking about, because why would John be out front of my house?
So massively confusing.
Did you put him there?
There are police officers, EMTs on your front lawn. You're an officer. Why don't you just go outside and
Brace yourselves.
investigate or take a look?
I'm not a Canton police officer. I'm a Boston police officer.
Okay. What's the fucking difference? You're a first responder. You can save somebody's life. And you didn't, nor did you care to. And there's a reason why.
Sir, I was just woken up out of a cold sleep from hanging out the night before. By the time I came downstairs, the police were already in my house. John
The police never went into his house. What?
was already gone. There was nobody to save. I would have taken a bullet for John O'Keefe because he was a fellow cop. That's the most ridiculous question that people always ask.
Very angry. I notice a lot of times with interviews, whenever I'm like reacting to them or watching them, the suspect or whatever, they get really aggressive and angry. And it's like, it gives it away.
It made zero sense.
Calm
what am I
down,
supposed
brother.
to do? Run out front in my underwear and start
Yeah.
running yellow tape?
I would. There's a homeless woman that walks around our neighborhood all the time. She's always in the clouds, if you know what I mean, and in her own planet. She's not a nice lady. We've exchanged words a time or two because she likes to dig through the garbage and make messes. But needless to say, if she were to be on my lawn at 6 a.m, at any time in the morning, at night, anytime, laying down like she's freaking dead, I would go see what's wrong with her. And that's a homeless woman. The math ain't mathin', Brian.
Around the fire hydrant?
Over the course of the night, Reed called and texted John 52 times. She then called Jen asking for help to find John. Karen previously telling me she and John had gotten into an argument that night.
Would you say that you were angry with John that night?
Yes.
Could you have been angry enough and slightly drunk because he had annoyed you that in a fit of rage you just backed up and
Never.
tried to tap him?
Would
Not
never
to try to kill him, but try to...
tap him with my 6,000-pound full-size SUV. To hit John's body with my car. No.
I spoke with a juror tonight who told me she believes a collision did not occur.
Has anybody else realized how small that courtroom is? I didn't realize that until I actually went on Google and was looking at more images of that courtroom, and holy smokes, they were all on top of each other.
Overall, a lot of the evidence had caused reasonable doubt, and that was enough for us not to convict.
A little after 6 a.m., Karen found
As you
John's
should.
body in the snow. Jen called 911.
911, what's emergency?
There's a man passed out in the snow.
There's a man passed out in the snow. Jen immediately distancing herself from John O'Keefe. Immediately. There's a man. What? But when she's on the stand, he was such a good friend of mine. He's a friend of mine. He's like a best friend of mine. Get out of here. The only person freaking out is Karen.
Hello?
But what raised eyebrows at Reed's trial was a defense theory about a Google search Jen had made about how long it takes to die in the cold. The defense claiming she searched it before O'Keefe's body was found.
So much has been made about that Google search that morning. Was it at 6 a.m. or was it at 6:27 a.m.? How long to die in the cold? What's your answer?
Oh, Jen. She's got to think.
She asked me to do it at outside of Fairview.
Why are we staring at each other? Like getting physical confirmation from each other. It's odd.
At 6:20, whatever
Not
it was.
normal.
Doesn't matter how much I say about it, people will not believe it.
The group
Never
also
will.
hoping to clear up rumors regarding the Alberts dog, Chloe, who had been rehomed after the incident. The defense claimed the dog was involved in O'Keefe's death.
Those wounds were inflicted as the result of a dog attack. Those marks are from teeth.
They've
Yep.
known for 2 years
That I ate Chloe. They knew it.
where Chloe is. The state shared it with them.
So if they wanted to take DNA evidence from Chloe the dog and
Her remnants are in my stomach.
match it to possible DNA evidence on John O'Keefe, they could have matched it.
Absolutely.
But now with the trial behind
Bullshit.
them, they say they're still faced with threats against them and their families,
Yup.
but hope to continue calling this community their home.
You get down, you get depressed, and it's like, but this is the town we like.
As you should. As you should. You were part of framing an innocent woman.
Grew up and we didn't do anything wrong. We all contributed to our town. We love our town. Why should we have to go anywhere?
By the way, if you haven't looked at D&E's reviews, recent reviews, which is Chris Albert's pizza shop, you should. I posted some of them on my second TikTok account, which is not mentally ill millennial. They're pretty funny.
The criminal justice system.
Well, that's it for this one. let me see if I can find Michael Proctor. I'll just let you get a good little glance at Proctor. He looks like he's been on the same diet as Matt McCabe. I can't seem to find his full interview without just like snippets. So that's it for this one. See you in the next one. Karen is free.